Welcome to the Deep Dive. Now, this one's a bit special. It's our AI Daily Deep Dive, looking at the top 5 AI news stories from today, Friday, October 3rd, 2025. And here's the kicker: the research, the article selection, the insights, all generated entirely by AI.
That's right. So our job today really is to be the human filter. Cut through all that AI output and just pull out the 5 things you really need to know about AI, the markets, and, well, society today. And we have to start with the creator economy, I think.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack this. OpenAI just dropped Sora. It's an app just for short, like 10-second AI videos. And we're talking everything from, I don't know, dogs driving cars
Yeah.
to get this fascist SpongeBob and Jesus playing Minecraft, all just from text prompts. It's, wow, the speed is something else.
Right, but what's kind of fascinating and maybe worrying is that the moderation systems, they're already showing cracks. NPR tested it, and, well, they got around the safeguards pretty easily. They actually generated some really convincing misinformation, like a video of Nixon saying the moon landing was faked. Yeah. And even stuff related to restricted topics, like simulating drone attacks on power plants.
So the impact is immediate then. Experts are already worried, sounding the alarm about trust in visual media just eroding. We're basically hitting that point where seeing isn't believing anymore.
Exactly. It's a serious issue.
Okay, so Sora's blowing up, but has these moderation fails. That must put huge pressure on competitors, right? Is that why Google's rushing out this big Gemini redesign?
Oh, absolutely. This redesign, which folks found by sort of reverse engineering the Android app, it's definitely a strategic play. Google's trying to shift Gemini, moving it away from just being a text box, a standard chatbot, to something more visual, a scrollable home screen. You'll see shortcut buttons like right up front for create image or deep research, and these kind of fun dynamic prompts like, teleport me to deep space.
That makes total sense. So the visual push is really about highlighting their own image model, Nano Banana, trying to catch some of that viral lightning Sora grabbed.
Precisely, competing directly on that visual instant creation front.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Away from the products, let's talk money, capital flooding in. Jeff Bezos actually talked about this at Italian Tech Week. He confirmed, yeah, there's an AI bubble forming.
Right, but he made a really important distinction. The bubble part, he said, is that every idea is getting funded. Good, bad, doesn't matter. He mentioned, like, a 6-person startup, no product yet, getting valued at $20 billion. That's the bubble.
But, and this is key, he stressed the underlying tech is transformative. The infrastructure, like Amazon investing in its own chips, that's going to provide lasting value.
That distinction feels crucial because you look at the market, NVIDIA's stock, up 350% in 5 years. It hit a $4.6 trillion valuation. That's not just betting on an app, right? That's the market agreeing with Bezos. The real money's in the foundations, the digital picks and shovels, not just the gold rush fever.
Exactly. It's the infrastructure play.
And that huge pressure to build infrastructure. I mean, Meta's spending $70 billion this year just on internal AI. That must be driving this massive push for monetization we're seeing. It has to, yeah. Look at ChatGPT. OpenAI knows most of its users, 700 million weekly users?
Yeah, huge number.
Most are on the free version. So to make it pay, they brought in Fujisimo. Her job is basically to figure out advertising and e-commerce for ChatGPT.
Okay, but hang on. If you've got 700 million people used to a clean, free experience, won't just slapping ads on and tick them off, push them to Gemini or somewhere else?
Well, that's the tightrope, isn't it? That's why their first steps seem pretty careful. They're starting with e-commerce integration, buying stuff smoother. They partnered with Stripe, so now you can browse and buy directly from Etsy using this instant checkout thing, and Shopify is apparently coming next.
Interesting. Okay, last story. Let's get a bit more philosophical. Psychology Today tackled the big one. Can AI really think? I mean, it does amazing stuff, diagnosing diseases, writing code, but is that the same as biological thinking?
Yeah, the article summarized the main gaps pretty well. Current AI, it lacks what they call embodied understanding, the grounding problem, right? It plays with symbols, but without real-world context or experience. And there's catastrophic forgetting. It learns something new, and poof, it might just overwrite huge chunks of its old training. Biological systems don't do that. We learn continuously, driven by experience, emotions, survival.
So the consensus is still pretty clear then. These LLMs, they create a really powerful illusion of consciousness, but they don't actually have subjective experience. They're just in a different category altogether.
That seems to be the takeaway, yeah. It's mimicry, not genuine cognition as we understand it. And if you kind of pull back and look at all these stories together, you see this constant tension, right? On one hand, massive investment, rapid deployment, Sora, Gemini's redesign, the push to monetize. And on the other hand, these fundamental ethical, societal, even cognitive challenges cropping up with every new step. The trust issue with Sora is a perfect example.
It really is. The pace is just relentless. Which brings up a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to chew on. Given how fast this is all moving, and the possibility, maybe distant, maybe not, that embodied AI could one day reach some kind of minimal consciousness, what's our responsibility towards these future AIs? Should we even be trying to engineer consciousness in the first place? Something to think about until our next deep dive.